Hey everybody, okay, so it's Felicia. You guys know the drill if you've been on my channel before. If you're not, this is your first time coming across me. Hi, I'm Felicia, aka Miss Hot Mess and Her Randomness. Hence the reason why my channel is Miss Hot Mess and Her Randomness is because there's a slew of conversation pieces that I have, from everything from movies to products that I've bought in outside of this type of product. This has its own genre, and that is Lego. So, we are going to be working on bag one from this set, which is set 21361. That is Gizmo from Gremlins. It was the Lego Idea set. I'm going to actually open up the book, and I'm actually going to read you guys the inside stuff. So there's 3 pages, like meet the fan designer. I can't speak any other language but English, and I honestly sometimes barely speak that properly. So I do apologize. Okay, so Fuma Teria, I apologize if I butcher your name. Lego Idea's name is Terauma, Terauma, is a graphic designer and soft vinyl figure artist from Tokyo, Japan. With his Gizmo submission to the If We Could Turn Back Time challenge on the LEGO Ideas platform, he struck the perfect balance between 1980s movie nostalgia and the LEGO building fun. This was his quote, by the way. Ever since I got my first used Lego bricks at 3 years old, it'd been a fun hobby for me, and I enjoyed both building and displaying sets and meeting with other Lego fans. It satisfies my imagination and improves my understanding of color and creativity. I love Lego colors that make me feel the excitement of my childhood again, like the Lego castle and space themes from the 80s and 90s. For this challenge, the theme was straightforward. Gremlins 1984 is a movie I watched with my family when I was little, and it is still one of my favorite movies. I love Gizmo. Me too. I wanted to make sure my model captured his round body and fluffy fur, so I used curved and textured parts. I love the part. I love that it can be moved to create different poses. I was very surprised when I found out that it would be turned into an official set. It's a dream come true. I wanted to tell my childhood self about this. Thanks to everyone who supported the idea. And if you dream of becoming a Lego designer, do it. Build what you love and challenge yourself again and again. And also, again, it is translated into both French and Spanish as well, which I think is kind of cool. And then it goes fan designer Fuma Teria with his original model of Gizmo. So the thing is, looking at it, the ears are definitely changed. The mouth structure is definitely changed. Also, the body and even the hands. Basically, his is definitely a little bit more rough, but at the same time, I will say Lego did a great job making Gizmo look more like Gizmo, but he did a pretty killer job. Um, okay, so the next, there are rules. There are 3 rules. Nobody's got a story like this one. Few movie creatures are as beloved and universally recognized as Gizmo. The adorable little Mogwai, I always butcher that name, from Gremlins 1984. Members of this mysterious species replicate when they get wet, mutate into gremlins when they eat after midnight, and are critically vulnerable to sunlight. Not the easiest pet to keep in a busy family, but Gizmo's big eyes and tiny paws, paired with his innocence, resourcefulness, and charming mischief, make him an instant icon of the 1980s cinema. There may be a gremlin in your house. Me. But I'm also Gizmo. When Moggy with Moggy comes great responsibility, but compared to the movie character, your Lego Gizmo requires a little less maintenance. And hopefully he still gives you all the feels. During your building process in bag 4, or in bag number 4, you can choose between two different cute poses for your Gizmo. He can stand up or sit down, whichever makes him feel comfortable in your home. If you change your mind later, you can always go back and rebuild. So again, they have, and then basically the pictures. Oh, in case I didn't show, I think I did, but just in case I did, I think I did. I kind of forget. I'm having goldfish memory. But seriously, isn't he just so adorable? So adorable. Okay. From the Lego Ideas design team, one of the most challenging aspects was designing the options for standing and sitting poses, as well as creating a range of architectural options. I apologize. I can see half the word. Articulation. Options that really reflect Gizmo's cute personality. His arms and fingers are posable, and the wrists pivot inwards. His head rotates left and right. His ears can be raised and lowered. And if you build him standing, his legs can be rotated slightly. Plus, no Lego idea set is complete without a few surprises. A 1x1 pink pyramid element built into Gizmo's chest, where we imagine his heart would be, is in honor of Fuma's daughter, who loves transparent Lego elements. We also include brick-built 3D glasses and a splash of water you can attach to the back of the model. And now we believe you are ready. That's what the blue is, a splash of water. So, and don't mind that growling in the background. That is my mother's cat, who got the zoomies right now. So, this is inside the book. So adorable. Little splash of water, sunglasses. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, and by the way, sorry for butchering the word. That is my learning disability. I've had it since I was a kid. Big words, unfortunately, I can't. So I'm gonna also steal my mom's plate. So basically, the Lego pieces don't go for me. Like most big sets, this does come with a brick separator. You know what? I've never tried scanning these guys, but now I'm like, after I do this video, I'm actually going to scan and see what it says. So I did do a video before this, because this is going to be video 2, but bag 1, where I did go through, check the bag, showed you guys how I opened up the box, because I did not follow the instructions on the way that you should, like, that it wants you to open, because I was against that. So, okay. 246, okay. And there you are. So, I've been on medical leave for 4 weeks now, almost 4 weeks. 4 weeks. On the 4th week, and I'm on, if you're new to this channel, just to give you a heads up, I am in recovery. I have 14 years of sobriety, and while I've been on medical leave, my freaking head has just been all over the place. Basically, what it really is I haven't done the steps in a while. So I am definitely sitting in my own shit. There's work that I need to do. I am the problem. I actually made this epiphany talking to Rick the other night. That, like, basically I've been really overly frustrated at a lot of people, a lot of things. And honestly, some of the people really can't fix why I'm aggravated at them, because it's a me thing. Like, I'm just easily frustrated at people. I've been character assassinating in meetings, just a whole variety of things. And I also, the fact is, like any good alcoholic who basically has too much downtime on their hands, basically my brain is way overthinking and over some of the stupid stuff that I have no control over. And like any good alcoholic, isolating or by yourself, not a good place. And it's not exactly been by choice. So one of the things that I've realized is that as much as I might complain about being an adult and running errands and having doctor's appointments and all this stuff, it keeps me busy. Running around and doing these things absolutely keeps me out of like my own head. Um, the less that I have a chance to think about me, or not even like me, like ooh, like I'm that great type thing, but like where I'm just gonna start character assassinating my own self, being like, Liz, you're not good enough, you're not doing this, blah blah, you should have this, blah blah, you're 45, like all these things. Um, yeah, just it eats at me, and so the last couple weeks while I've been on leave, I've just been really like all over the place. And the last night, because it is Friday night currently, it's actually November 7th, or soon to be the 8th, because it's pretty close to midnight. I'm not even sure what time it is. But basically, I was heading to an AA meeting, last night, and I actually 2 nights ago I made the epiphany, or I made the realization, and I'm really good at using words that I really don't know the definition for in the wrong context. But I really, when I said the epiphany, I really do believe I was using it in the right way. I just was basically overselling it, so to speak. As in, like I didn't need to say it that many times or whatever. But I was so 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago, I was talking to Rick, and I just had this moment where I realized, like, the reason why I'm so absolutely frustrated at like almost everything is because of me. I'm the problem. Like, I am straight out the problem. Why am I the problem? Because I haven't been freaking working my steps. Is it like intentionally I haven't been working my steps? Well, so here's the problem. You need or you should be working with a sponsor to help you do your steps, or doing an AWOL or whatever. But usually AWOLs, if you, and again, if you have no clue what I'm talking about, just watch the build if you're interested. Um, Honestly, I just like to talk, and you guys just watching me do build in silence would probably kill me. And plus, the more I talk about this stuff, it helps me to shut the brain down, because my brain is trying to destroy the out of me. Um, but so basically, yeah, I I was talking to him, and then I like realized, like, okay, it's me. But I said it verbally. And now the funny thing is, I've been talking to a few friends in the program about this lately. Like I said, when I started, I'm sober a little over 14 years, and the big issue is, um, I wasn't making these statements like I'm too perfect for stuff. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. But that's basically the way I acted. I really have been acting very entitled for a very long time, um, which is just wrong. Um, because I am not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I'm still trying to get better. So yeah. Um, and that kind of was nice when I finally, like, it wasn't that he forced me to say anything that I didn't mean. I just randomly stated it because I was trying to explain to him what I was going through and everything like that. And since I've been talking about it, it's been kind of getting a little bit better. I also told my sponsor. So I had a temporary sponsor for a while recently. Not talking anything bad about her at all. Um, But the thing is that she was realizing that as much as being a friend, she was not feeling like I. I also just realized I started putting this on wrong. Um, but basically, she didn't think she could be much help to me anymore. And she told me that I needed to find a sponsor and by Christmas. Um, and the big issue is, like I said, my channel's name is Miss Hot Mess and Our Randomness. I'm a freaking hot mess. I can still be very chaotic and everything like that. And she prefer not to have that in her life, which is, valid, completely respectable. Like, not, like I said, not knocking her in any way, shape, or form. Um, I really do appreciate she told me that, because I'd rather someone be honest with me and let me know than bullshit me and pretend like they everything's okay and start getting resentful at me and stuff like that. But but so basically, the big thing was that she told me that I needed to find a new one by Christmas, which honestly, one of the really cool things about our experience together, it's the first time in all the years that like I continuously was calling someone, and not calling because like she she had said like it was just be easier if we um text than call each other daily and everything that, which I was like, okay, because I can text up a storm. Um, and she did say, when like after a couple texts at one point, she was like, if if you could keep it kind of like to focus it on points, that'd be great versus just throwing everything. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Again, I'd rather you tell me these things than not, because how do I know how you're feeling or what's going on unless you share? And how can I grow if you're not sharing like perspectives that you see that are my weaknesses? So again, very been happy and everything that, and I felt like she was breaking up with me. It really did. I did feel hurt, but I understood. Like, it wasn't like being like that she did it to be mean. It was for her, like her own well-being, which is respectful. And so I honestly, when she told me that and feeling broken and everything like that, I did not think that I was going to, by Christmas, I thought I'd still, because it took me 3 years to find a temporary. Because at this point, I've been around the halls for a while, and like I said, I character assassinate, but I also do judge. And I judge for the fact of being like, what I want and what I don't want, and what people do I feel that are going to be good in my surrounding and like help me be better and stuff like that. Because there are, the thing about recovery in AA in particular, but also like NACA, like all the recovery programs, like wherever you go, like there are people that are still sick and suffering who don't realize they're sick and suffering, and that could be me at any given time. Um, but what I mean though is that they think that they're able to help others, and really they're not. Like they cause more chaos and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So I there's that's the short version of everything, because there's a lot more and I could be sitting here, but I'm like, I'd really rather not. But like the big thing is that I I found someone. Um, Actually, I refound someone, and I'm honestly happy with that. Um, because it was someone that I worked with before. Things had happened. Life, COVID, just life and COVID basically threw some wrenches. And so we're going to give it a whirl again. And I've been very clear on the fact that a lot of my, like, what's happening right now is because I've been slacking on the steps. And I need to redo work. especially about myself, because I am the problem. Like, there is so much. Like, if I'm, like I said, I'm character assassinating, like, on every meeting and stuff like that. Really, should I be doing that? No. Am I? Absolutely. So, so yeah, that's kind of been, so that's a really long way of going about telling you what all the stuff that happened. So last night, me and Rick, oh, and if you don't know about like me and Rick's relationship, he loves winding me up. And sometimes I'm good with it and everything like that, but like I've been emotional. So last night, and I know he wasn't winding me up to be mean or anything like that. Like he was just winding me up to wind me up and everything like that. And I'm driving to that meeting, and what ends up happening is basically, again, he's winding me up. He was talking about buying Gizmo and Santa Claus and stuff like that, and a couple other things. And I was like, because he has the ability, he has all of our built Lego, everything like that. There's a Lego set that I have built, that's in storage, that I did. It's an X-wing. I got it secondhand. I built it while I was in the ER. I'd taken it, so separating and then putting it together and stuff like that. But I don't. I mean, I built some of that on the camera and stuff like that. But like even those, they went back into hiding and everything like that, because when I was living at the apartment, I didn't have a lot of space to put, with all the stuff I had and everything that I didn't have a lot of space. I didn't have anywhere, like over in England we have the Billy bookshelves. So he has the space to also display it and stuff like that, multiple sets out at once. And so he was winding me up, and I legitimately just got emotional because I had felt very envious of him building lately. And so I went to my meeting and everything like that, went home, and he sent me a message while I was sleeping. And it was basically, hey, you got money, with a very adorable message on it, being like that he's very proud of me, that I, whew, yeah, that he is proud of me, and he just wants to see me happy. So he sent me money to go buy Gizmo. And what's funny is, though, tonight he was telling me that he was wanting to buy Gizmo for Christmas for me. And of course, I have it now, about 6 weeks early. So I was like, do you want me to wrap him up and then put him underneath the Christmas tree? And then I can just open him then, or what? And he's like, no, because in the thing, it said for me to buy it. He actually also sent me a message today being like, if you're not going to spend the money, send me back the money. You're building him. Like, don't buy him and then put him away and everything like that. So, yeah. So that is, how I got Gizmo. But I also was absolutely geeked today once I got Gizmo. Okay, so this was the hilarious thing. I kind of shared it in the video before, that Gizmo's box has a couple little marks on him, but in comparison to, just trying to make sure I did this right. So like, the big thing is that out of the other boxes at Target, because I did get them at Target, because apparently the only two places I found Gizmo, for just clarification, I live in Massachusetts, on the Massachusetts-New Hampshire border, and the only stores that I found that have Gizmo is either Lego or Target. Kohl's didn't have it. I didn't see it at Barnes and Noble. like a lot of the other stores that I even googled like where to buy Gizmo set and everything like that, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I yeah, sorry. I had put the online order in for Gizmo, and then I went to the store to go pick it up. And when I got him, I noticed that the box was dented. Not like the little, like, just because the way they put the safety thingy on it. Having that type of um piece. Okay, gonna notice something. I don't know how new this is. Everything else has been like, it's maybe a different color, but it's been a piece before that I'm aware of. But this one, I'm pretty sure, um, pretty sure this is new to the Gizmo set, but I could be wrong. If you come across this video and you see this set or this piece, and I will tell you the piece number set. The piece number is 6506032. It comes with 4 of them in this set. If it's not new to this one and it's been used before somewhere, what other sets is it in? Just out of curiosity. I actually completely ADD what I just said last. But yeah. I might remember. Okay. I do this all the time. I build one, I get to the end, and it says ×2. Okay, so this is where we started. It said ×2 up there. Somehow I'm just like building. I love when I do things like that. At least it's not so far out of the way. But how many times do any of you guys tend to do that stuff too? Where you could have saved some time. I've seen people make this into an advent calendar where they split it up to 24 bags. Oh, and here's where the second one is, that I was just talking about. So I totally just jumped ahead. There we go. Felicia, slow down. Because this is where we fumble. Or anybody can fumble. Oh! Found the chess piece. How many pieces? See, I was going to ask how many pieces, actually, up until bag 3, how many extra pieces do you think we're going to have, for bags 1 through 3? Mm-hmm. I need lotion for my hands. Okay. And then. So it's supposed to be that one. Okay, just making sure I did that right, because I was like, even though I don't think there's really any way I could not have done that right. Actually, I could have, and yeah. So one thing I will say, like, about me versus Rick when we build, I'm like OCD about trying to make sure everything is pushed in tight. That's my observation. Okay, we are almost done with bag 1. And I'm sorry that I've been yawning. It is almost midnight, if not past midnight right now. If you guys watch any of these videos, feel free to comment if you guys want me to, if you have questions about my Lego experiences or things, and comment, ask me questions. Feel free to ask me questions, and then maybe I can talk about them like in the next bag. I've done some of these builds on live. I'm just doing this on my phone right now versus on the laptop, so that is primarily why I am not doing this on like where I have the live, because at least with the live I feel like I have to be able to respond, and I wouldn't be able to see the chat. Okay, there was a little. That is locked in. Here comes where. Remember it said about the pink. So remember every set they try to put pink in. So, and it is going to go right in here. It's supposed to be at the angle. So like that. And so that is Gizmo's chest. And we have 4 extra pieces right now. We have 1 black, 1 stud, we have an extra heart, and a Technic gray piece. Sure. That is the ones that came out of this bag. So what do you guys do with your extra pieces? So again, this bag is going to be for the extra pieces for like sitting and everything that I can write sitting and then put them back in there. That is where we're at. I actually, if I legitimately know that they are extras, I would put them in with my other pieces so I just try to keep what is needed for the set as in extras. That's all. So, okay. Orange book separator. Do that. Mark my place for bag number 2. Get that ready. Put that and get it all ready. And again, thank you guys for being with me while I try to build Gizmo. And we are done with bag 1. See you guys later. Bye.